Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle. We're going to talk today about my favorite supplements that I always have with me in the house. Now, first of all, we got to start with my absolute favorite supplement of all times, a sugar-free psyllium husk fiber supplement. I always had problems with excretion, okay? It ranged from extraordinarily painful constipation to loose stools to whatever. I always had some kind of a problem when I was eating garbage, when I was eating high carb. When I went on low carb, I started taking this and I realized this cured all of my problems, okay? I know people are gonna say, well, I eat a lettuce leaf and a salad once every 3 years or something. I don't care if I eat salads, if I don't eat salads, I get my fiber in every single day through this supplement. If I travel, I take it with me, okay? And I just mix it with water in my hotel room. Every single day I get my fiber in because of this supplement. And I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. If I were to quit working out, quit eating right, and just have beer and donuts all day, I would still take this supplement. It's that good, okay? And another thing about it is, if you're going deeper into a deficit or you've been in a caloric deficit for a longer time and you're having issues with hunger, instead of taking 6 teaspoons at night all at once like I do, you could take 2 teaspoons 3 times a day in between meals. It will give you a little bit of energy and will help you with your hunger when you're deeper into a deficit or on a deficit for a much longer time and starting to have issues with hunger and with energy. Okay, speaking about low carb, we got to talk about electrolytes because most people have problems when they first go on a low carb diet because they can't get fat adapted. And the reason is the keto flu. And the keto flu is nothing more than dehydration and electrolyte deficiency. So this is what I take. I take supplemental tablets of calcium magnesium. This is basically a gram of calcium, half a gram of magnesium. I take it split into two different servings, one in the morning or one at night. Also, every single time I eat a meat or an egg meal, I put on sodium and potassium salt. Sea salt is obviously my sodium source, and this is something called no salt. It's a salt substitute for the people who are scared of sodium. This is a great source of potassium. Now, you're not supposed to take a supplemental pill or powder for salt, sodium, or for potassium, okay? What you're supposed to do is just add this to your food to taste. There are going to be some times when you just want more salt, so I put more and more on. Sometimes when you need less. And that's my body telling me that I need more or less potassium and sodium. So I just follow my body and I put this on instead of using an actual supplement. It's important, like Vince Gironda used to say back in the day, that you not only eat a good diet, but that you digest all of your food. Because who cares if you're eating a perfect diet, if you're not digesting it, you're not getting the nutrients in. One of the things he talked about that I already discussed was a psyllium husk fiber supplement to keep the inner walls of your digestive system clean, because it's like swallowing a sponge. It just cleans everything out because you don't digest it. So it allows you to absorb all these nutrients through, for instance, your intestinal walls, okay? But another thing that's really important is a good digestive enzyme. I don't use these unless I need them. For instance, a while ago, I realized that when I had cooked eggs, I was producing gas. Gas is not a good thing because it basically means instead of digesting your food, it's just becoming gas in your stomach, okay? So the point being, number one, I'm just not digesting my food, and number two, I'm not getting the nutrients. I started taking 2 of these before every egg meal of cooked eggs, and not only did it go away, but the bloating went away, and I'm digesting my food properly. Funny thing, when I drink raw eggs, I don't have an issue. But every time that I cook eggs, I take 2 of these with the meal, and like I said, I completely digest my food. There's no problem, no bloating whatsoever. I know people are going to laugh. They're going to say this isn't a supplement, but the fact of the matter is it is an underrated nutrient that you absolutely positively need to take. By looking at it as though it's a supplement, by measuring your intake and maintaining a daily even intake, you are going to improve your endurance, your strength, your fat burning, your mental cognitive abilities. And I'm talking about water, okay? What I do is I have 4-liter bottles of water, okay? A gallon of water is like 3.82, I believe, liters. So 4 liters is more than a gallon of water. Basically, I have it overnight in a refrigerator. I pour it into 2 large thermoses, and I do not stop my day until I have drunk both of those thermoses empty, making sure I get over a gallon of water in. You have all these people saying, oh yeah, well, you don't have to drink a gallon, just drink it when you're thirsty. Everybody's dehydrated. Everybody drinks when they're thirsty, okay? Get your gallon in, period, end of story. That's like the same people that say you could drink beer on a diet and eat cookies all day. Yeah, it's better than fucking smoking cigarettes or smoking crack, but it's not going to get you an elite physique, and it's not going to get you in perfect health. So drink a gallon of water every single day, come hell or high water. And if you're thirsty, drink more, but get that gallon in. Okay, I'm not a big fan of pre-workouts, okay? And I do not rely upon these. However, the fact of the matter is I wake up every morning at 4:46, and that means I need to go to bed early as well. One thing that I noticed a long time ago is when I wake up in the morning, instead of making a cup of coffee, I could go ahead and take a 200 milligram caffeine tablet, basically crawl out of bed, brush my teeth, take this caffeine tablet, and by the time I'm done, washing up and getting ready to start moving, it has already kicked in and I'm awake as though I had made a cup of coffee, but I don't have to actually make the coffee, pour my little cream in, drink it, sit down, wait for it to kick in. I just basically jump out of bed, take one of these, and in a few minutes, I am wide awake. Once again, like I said, I do not like pre-workouts. I do not depend upon these things. However, this is an excellent substitute for a cup of coffee if you wake up in the morning and you just need a little bit of an extra thing. For instance, let's say that your sleep schedule was for some reason interrupted and you are not exactly well rested when you wake up in the morning. Taking one of these is a lot better than sleeping in and not going on your schedule or not doing all the work you had to do that day. Now, this is actually a very important supplement as well. This is also something that I don't use every day. And what this is I just got this from the Vitamin Shop. And what this is a CBD-based, melatonin-based sleep edible, okay? I did get a medical marijuana license, and I did take some medical marijuana edibles at night. And what I noticed is sometimes in the morning, I wasn't quite as with it as I would like, okay? I wasn't exactly drugged, but I didn't like it that much. This stuff, basically, if I, for some reason, am having a hard time winding down at night, and like I said, I do not depend upon this, but if I am having a hard time winding down at night, I will take this about 20, 30 minutes before I actually want to go to bed, and it will help me relax. It'll help me fall asleep. The idea being waking up early in the morning is has much less to do with waking up early as it does with going to bed early. So if, for instance, I have a few days where I am staying up late at night, I have a lot of work to do, I have a lot of personal stuff going on during the day, so I couldn't go to bed any earlier, and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to bed at 9 o'clock tonight, but my body's used to staying up later. I will take these around 8:30, and then by 9 o'clock, I'm nice and tired and relaxed and ready to just lay down and fall asleep. And this also helps me sleep through the night. Unless I have to wake up to urinate, I sleep through the night and I wake up completely refreshed with no hangover and no brain fog from the THC that I used when I had a medical marijuana card. This stuff relaxes me, lets me sleep, lets me stay asleep. And like I said, when I wake up in the morning, there's no hangover. Now, I am a big fan of food, okay? I am not a big fan of taking a protein shake. However, there are 2 reasons why I would use this stuff right here, casein protein. First of all, if you absolutely positively have to miss a meal and take a protein shake instead of your solid food meal, use casein. Okay, do not use whey. The reason why I don't like whey is because number 1, it hits your body really quick. Number 2, it gets out of your body really quick. So it spikes muscle protein synthesis, but then it leaves and you do not have the elevated nitrogen level, okay, for a longer period of time. The bottom line being you don't really have protein circulating in your body. It just hits quick and leaves. There is a point to that when you could use that. And I have used on other diets whey protein. But when you're on a low carb diet and you just want to eat every few hours and you just want to raise and stay in a positive nitrogen balance and spike muscle protein synthesis, this is the stuff that you need if you absolutely positively do need to have a shake, okay? Because like I said, there are times when all hell breaks loose and the power of God comes down and prevents you from having a meal. I have this, I mix it with water, 2 servings, 50 grams of almost pure protein. It stays with you longer. And unlike whey protein, when you drink it, it's like a glass of water. So it doesn't really satiate your hunger, okay? This is like a creamy, thick, chalky shake. So when you drink it, not only does it stay in your body and keep an elevated, a positive nitrogen balance for a longer period of time, but it also keeps you from getting hungrier for a longer period of time. If it's a meal where I would have, let's say, chicken and almonds or chicken and cheese or something like this, because of the fat content and the extra calories, I'll just drink a cajun steak and I'll have my almonds with that, or I'll have a couple slices of cheese with it, okay? Now, at night, this can also be very helpful. At night, I always like a slow-acting protein because you want to keep protein in your body for a long time. You're not going to be eating for 8 hours, 10 hours, 7 hours while you sleep. You want to maintain a positive nitrogen balance, have protein available while you're sleeping. So unlike a whey protein shake, casein will stay with you and slowly digest. So at night, I have either this or I have some Greek yogurt, which both would go ahead and, like I said, slowly digest. So this is an excellent emergency meal during the day, whether it's pure protein or protein and fat. And this is also a great nighttime meal. So anyway, like I said, those are my favorite supplements, okay? The electrolytes, the fiber, the water, constantly taking them. Always, and it has really improved my life, especially when I was on keto. The other things like the caffeine, the casein, the sleep gummies, those are the things that I don't really take a lot of, but I like to have them around because if you need them, it will certainly improve the situation that you're in, okay? So go ahead and comment down below what kind of supplements you guys take. I'm kind of interested, especially if you're on keto, because like I said, keto does necessitate other types of supplements, and it also kind of like negates the effect of other supplements. Honestly, when I'm on keto, I really don't take a whole lot of supplements. The creatine, the glutamine, the whey protein, all that stuff goes out the window when I'm on a high-fat, high-protein, low-carb diet. But I'm curious about what you guys actually use. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe. Comment down below what you would like me to cover into the future. If you're interested in my low-carb cutting and bulking program, my weighted calisthenics program, my group coaching, or my one-on-one coaching, check them all out at rawstrengthandmuscle.com. Aside from that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.